Hey, this is Suzanne, and you're listening to the Daily 15. Do you wake up feeling exhausted, even after a full night's sleep? Constant stress, mental overload, and overthinking can leave us feeling tired and foggy, even when we're technically getting enough sleep. Whether your sleep is consciously interrupted and you wake in the middle of the night, or your mind is just racing in the background while you sleep, you need more than just sleep to be ready to tackle the day with a clear head and good energy. Today, we're digging deeper into sleep and what our body and brain need for real rest and recharging. Sleep is important, but exhaustion doesn't always come from a lack of sleep. If you're ready to wake up feeling rested and mentally clear, this episode is for you. Take a deep breath. Grab your coffee, and let's get started. You sit straight up in bed, thinking you overslept. You look at the clock, and you realize it's only 3 a.m. You double-check the alarm to make sure it's set, and you lay back down, thankful you have a few more hours to sleep. But there's a problem. You lay there, staring at the ceiling, thinking about the long list of to-dos waiting for you when you wake up. And then you remember an email you forgot to send to your client. And then you think you should check on your son to make sure he's okay. Before you know it, your thoughts are swirling and sleep is nowhere to be found. Is this something that's happening more often? Or maybe you sleep through the night but still wake up tired and foggy. What's going on? And why are you tired and foggy even when you slept all night? Listen, you know sleep is important, but it's not the whole picture. Constant stress, mental overload, and overthinking can leave us feeling tired and foggy, even when we're technically getting enough sleep. Whether sleep is consciously interrupted and you wake in the middle of the night, or your mind is just racing in the background while you sleep, both are disrupting the quality of your sleep. Before we tackle the underlying causes of your mental fatigue and exhaustion, let's talk a little bit about sleep. The sleep experts will still say that most people need 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. The best sleep is uninterrupted, and that's a problem for most women. Between the mental load that you carry that keeps your brain running all night and the fact that most women are caregivers in their family, so that means they're either caring for kids or aging parents, they're usually up in the middle of the night taking care of something or someone. But sleep also can be interrupted if your work shift is out of the normal 9 to 5. This is especially impactful for those that work in hospitals as you combine the off hours that you're working and high stress situations. Your sleep cycle will be out of sync from your natural rhythm. And women are susceptible to sleep issues due to hormone fluctuations, anything from cortisol increases due to stress, PMS, pregnancy, and menopause. So our entire lives, hormones can disrupt our sleep. Now, your body will go through anywhere from 4 to 6 sleep cycles per night, and they can last from 90 to 120 minutes. These are a combination of REM sleep and non-REM sleep. I know, super creative there. REM sleep is when your brain processes emotions, consolidates your memory, and clears your brain so it's ready and recharged for tomorrow. REM sleep cycles last anywhere from 10 to 60 minutes, and they usually get longer the deeper you are into your sleep cycle. It's sometimes why you'll startle awake and realize you've only been sleeping for an hour or so. You've just ended a REM cycle. Now, the rest of your sleep cycle is what they call non-REM sleep. This is your deep, deep sleep. This is when your body and your brain get to the work of restoring, cleaning out the junk. This is when your cells will start to turn over. This is when all the restorative action really takes place. But you need both of these to have mental, emotional, and physical energy for the next day. So when they get interrupted, you wake up feeling tired and foggy. But what happens when you're getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep and you still wake up feeling tired and foggy? What's really going on? Your body may be getting sleep, but maybe your brain isn't. For so many women, they physically rest, but they're still mentally on all the time, even while they're sleeping. Maybe you're replaying that conversation with your boss and you're caught in the negative spiral. Or you could be worrying about your sick loved one. Maybe it's the constant overstimulation from being plugged in at work and then scrolling social media all evening. You carry a heavy mental load, and being constantly connected just adds more to your plate. It's simply more than you were meant to carry. You desperately need a real break to unplug and finally unwind mentally and emotionally. Combine your interrupted sleep with the heavy mental load of never unplugging and the normal stresses of life, and what you're left with is exhausted and fuzzy mornings. Stress accumulates unless it is released. It shows up as tension in your muscles, leading to headaches and restless sleep. And it can show up as emotional stress, where you're lashing out at those that are closest to you, or suddenly bursting into tears, not from sadness, but anger that's built up over time from all that unreleased stress. It affects your relationships and your spiritual well-being. You begin to feel disconnected from the people you love and your purpose in life. All of this takes a toll on your energy and focus. So where are you feeling most depleted right now? Do you need more hours of sleep? Maybe try going to bed 15 to 30 minutes earlier. This will give you a little buffer to relax and unwind before you fall asleep. This is especially helpful if you usually spend the first 30 minutes to an hour just trying to go to sleep. If falling asleep is hard, try a few minutes of reading. Now that's reading with an actual book, not on your device. When your eyes get tired from reading, it can help you drift off to sleep a little easier. Or maybe listening to a sleep story will help. These are basic recordings that have no real plot, because if there was, you'd actually want to stay awake and listen to the story. Or maybe just listen to some soft instrumental music. If those feel too distracting, simply turning on a fan can be enough noise to lull you off to sleep. And bonus, that airflow will help if the night sweats and the hot flashes are keeping you awake at night. Do you need to unplug to help you sleep better? Try skipping the scroll and avoid reading emails before bed. Put your phone away to charge in another room. And try to do that at least an hour or two before bed. Your sleep won't be interrupted by the blue light from your device, and your mind won't be spiraling from the sad post you read or the worry that comes from the work that you need to do first thing in the morning. And make sure to skip the late night news. You weren't meant to carry the world's problem into your sleep time. Limiting these inputs will help you find sleep easier, and you'll stay asleep longer without all those tabs running in the background of your brain. Maybe what you need is to reduce your mental load. You can do this by making some default decisions and doing a little prep for the next morning. Get your work bag ready before bed and leave it by the door. Figure out your clothes for the next morning. Prep your coffee, your breakfast, and your lunch. These small evening habits, take them off your to-do list for the next morning. And then your brain won't have to keep track of them all night long. And remember, your default decisions will help you reduce your stress and ease decision-making by saving your brain energy. If you want to learn more about creating default decisions, you can listen to that episode. I've linked it in the show notes below. It's not just sleep or the lack of it that leaves you tired and foggy when you wake up. It can also be the mental overload, the stress and overthinking that keep your brain awake even when you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. But you can start to get better quality sleep and wake up refreshed and full of energy with a few small shifts. So today, take your daily 15 and consider where you feel most depleted. Are you physically tired? Maybe it's more emotionally tired. Maybe your tiredness is coming out in stressed relationships. Or maybe you're spiritually tired and you just feel disconnected from God and from your purpose in life. When you decide which area you need the most rest in, find one way to reduce that stress and get better sleep, body, mind, and soul. As you've been listening today, what caught your attention? What's something that you want to work on that will help you wake up less tired and more focused? I'd love to hear what comes to mind for you and what you're going to try this week. Did today's episode leave you thinking, I really need to figure this out? If so, I want you to know you're not alone. It's why I have my reset and refresh call. And that might be the next step for you. In this 30-minute free coaching call, we'll discuss what's interrupting your sleep and how you can start getting better sleep so you can wake up clear and refreshed. And you can do these things starting tonight. There's no fluff here, and there's no sales pitch. This is an actual coaching call where you're going to get real answers that will work in your real life. You'll leave with a plan to get you started to less stress and less mental overload right away. And P.S., no life overhaul is required here. I'll drop the scheduling link below so you can grab your spot. As you listened today, did you think of a friend that struggles to get the sleep she needs, and she constantly feels tired and foggy, even when she seems to get enough sleep? Make sure to share today's episode with her. Sometimes all we need is a little help from our friends to get the relief we need. And creating new habits with friends makes it easier on those tough days. Why not bring a friend along on your journey to new daily rhythms for real life? Thanks for listening today. I'm so glad you're here. I know you're feeling exhausted, but there is hope, and you can find your way through just by changing your daily rhythm to discover better, more restorative rest for your body, your brain, and your soul. It's time to say no to waking up tired and foggy. You don't need to try harder. You just need deeper recovery from the demands of your day. You're doing great. And each day, you're choosing rhythms that reduce stress and mental overload to give you the margin for what matters most.